And that's exactly what I'm kind of looking for. That was a good bond trade. Sell side top lines. And you can see obviously we flipped the trade off at the bottom edges here. And you can see obviously a very easy volume exit from that short treasury trade. And pretty good, absolutely. Now we call this in advance. Now that's the surprising thing for a lot of people. We call this trade in advance. And sometimes when we call things in advance, we tell you what we're going to be needing to see. And that should be pretty obvious, right? We want to be able to see something. We want to be able to show you guys what it is we're looking for. So if you look at my commentary, we had a huge 4 likes on this trade, by the way. 4 likes, unbelievable. So when you look at this trade here, so this was the call, and you can see what the call is. The macro bond long tweeted last night has paid out with a break higher, as it has. I mean, so we've been buying into bonds. We had a conversation about this trade this morning, but you can see the short-term values go really hard against us here, right? So you can even see from that chart at the time of taking this screenshot that the macro value is now driving us back down again. So one of the things that we look at here is the very next sentence. The pity the short-term values flipped over, okay? So we will be booking this one, and we're going to start to look for that top line offer to forum. Well, how do you forum a top line, guys? How do you forum a top line? It's really, really simple, isn't it? You wait for a pivot to come in, and you draw a line against it, and it becomes a top line, don't you? Agreed? You wait for a pivot to come in, which means that you've got a top line, and then you sell against it. What else do you want me to say? Seriously? What else do you want me to say? I can't give you anything clearer. I can't give you anything better. I can't give you any more. That's it. We're going to sell a top line. So what happened? This tweet was at 11:45. This tweet came in at that candle right there, 11:45, 11:50. What formed from that candle? What formed from that candle? Just as we said in the tweet, what were we waiting to form? Exact words we used. Exact words we used. Top line offer to forum. So what happened? As soon as the price dropped off, it formed a top line. Does anybody not speak English? It's pretty obvious what's going to happen next, right? If it goes above that top line, I am going to sell it. That's what a top line offer looks like, right? So when it goes above the top line, I sell it, and it drops from a price of 2s to a low price of 12s. $750, $600, $700. There was add-ins. There was a beautiful add-in during this pullback here at 28s. So you certainly would have done $1,000 on a trade, no problem. That's for sure. A brilliant add-in. $1,000 on the trade. And the takeaway from that trade, absolutely perfect. I'm currently long bonds. I got in at 12s off the bottom edges. And, you know, we cleared the books in here. We got a retest at 12s, and I decided to buy some in here. We got a good swing away from 12s. We banked some money, came back down. We bought back in at 12s and 13s again. I've taken this trade twice now off the bottom edges to try and capture back into this bit of business. I do have it on NinjaTrader. I think I've still got the original trade on NinjaTrader, to be honest, because I don't think I've done anything with it since it's been in. So there's the bond trade. You can see it's dead obvious. Book's gone bullish. You can see that in the background. The book's gone bullish. It's just simple stuff. We've got all the leans we want into the bottom edges. There they all are there. There's all your leans. It retested it during here. We bought against it there. Came back to retest it here. We bought against it there. We've managed to make some easy money into this 18s. Stops are at break even. Again, incredibly simple, isn't it? Incredibly simple stuff. You know, there's nothing special about it, guys. It's just solid, easy trading, right? And it's just about getting involved in stuff instead of sitting on the sidelines like a, you know, like a potted plant. You know, a potted plant could do more trades at times, guys. Come on, seriously. It doesn't even have fingers. It's got leaves. It can't even put a lot of pressure on that buy button. Still doing more bloody trades. Just curious to know what's going to happen with this dollar. It's getting expensive for the first time today on upticks. I've always said that, Reeve. Bonds are the easiest to trade and the hardest to learn. Because there's a lot of moving pieces to the bond that we want to make sure we cover. So they are the hardest to learn by a mile, but they are the easiest to trade when you know what you're looking for, because it's dead obvious stuff, right? It's all algorithmic. It's all very, very simple stuff. We know what the structure is of the day, and we basically try and stick with that structure as much as possible, and then we make our monies for the day, and it's as simple as that. They are the easiest to make money with by a mile. Just the hardest to learn first. That expensive oil, I did mention it, it's already caught a seller coming in. So well done if you jumped. 78.40s. Well done if you jumped, guys. 78.40s, sell side business. Very nice spread divergence on the crack. Very nice spread divergence on the Brent. Pretty good spread divergence on the calendars. So there were certainly elements to allow you to sell into the supply line at the top edges there. So if you took it, I like it. I like it. 78.40s now trading 78.10s. So you can see the storyline behind this. Very strong drive higher in terms of the blue line. So the idea is that if you're ever going to try and sell anything, it should have a blue line visible at the top edge on all three charts. It should also be expensive on upticks, which obviously is where the Japanese yen and the euro come in. The Japanese yen and the euro for the first time was dropping at that stage. Do you see it? You might be saying, why was this not a sell up here? Well, there's a couple of reasons. Number one, the blue line is not at the highs until this candle here, and the orange line, the yen, is actually at a highest high. So there's no way we can sell into that. It's not cheap. It's not expensive, sorry. So when it drops down, that makes oil expensive. We wait for the supply to come in. We get all the supply we need, and we start whacking in some orders off the wholesale 25s. It's just dropped to zeros. We've made ourselves an easy $250 on the trade, and that's pretty good. Pretty good trade, guys. Pretty nice. Well done. Well done, guys. Well, I think the 78 is going to become a bit of a pivot here, Paul, because we already know that 78 is a wholesale price. We know it's actually had some reasonable significance in the background. You may be wondering what I was talking about, but obviously if you just glanced at your longer term charts, you'll know exactly what I was talking about. The 78's had some action before. Let's just put it that way. It's had some real action. There's been some real toxic order flow twice coming off that 78 wholesale price, and therefore there's always the chance, and it's not always the case that it's going to be the case, but there's always a chance that toxic seller might show back up at 78s. It's just like anything else. Everybody remembers their price. Everybody remembers a price level.